I'm Scott Al Miller. It's the 16th of June 2022. It's Thursday, and welcome to my daily vlog of life in Central America. I'm here in southwestern Leon, Nicaragua, and it is only about 6 more days from today because it's the 16th until Yvonne and I are heading off to Guatemala in the Northern Triangle. So we're starting to get to that point where it's like everything's lined up, and we're just starting to get excited and nervous that things will go wrong, right? But we're getting ready. That's happening. But today we actually had, well, rain, of course, but as you can see, it's not terrible, right? We're actually getting some sun. It's quite a bit drier. So not a ton of rain today, just a little bit. So that was kind of a nice change. I did not get much time to come out and record though. But I did spend a lot of the day outside. This morning, this is an interesting story. So I didn't have time to get Kat onto the show today because she's busy running around to different places. But this morning, once I was taking the dogs to their morning walk, a lot of times Kat runs out and walks with me because she likes to get wild. That's, staying active, getting exercise, all that kind of stuff. So she often goes and walks with me. And when we went out for our walk, we took the dogs, and then we ran into Helde, who's one of my neighbors here. And as I'm talking, I'm just about to cross on 8th Street, 8th Avenue. And this is the road that separates La Barrio from Sutiava. So this is Sutiava on that side and La Barrio on this side. And quite a few times I have filmed in this area, but I've never actually walked this way across the street, and normally I end up down that way a little ways. I don't come quite this far down for whatever reason, so I'm now heading into Sutiava in a spot that maybe I've done on the show and maybe I've not. Some cool painted pulperia there, and then this place on the corner is fantastic. I love the color, I love the style. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is a cute area for sure, and I'm on the lavalier, so I can whip the camera around pretty easily as I go. And this place used to be a restaurant. I don't know if it still is. So anyway, so we ran into Helde and we talked for a little bit, and then he was going to show Kat where he lived or whatever. So she took off and didn't hang out with me. I kept on walking the dogs, and they went off and did their own thing. And then a while later, she popped back into the house and she's like, yeah, so I'm going to a funeral with Helde. And so they went off to some funeral. I have no idea whose it was, where it was, or anything. They visited some cemeteries, went to some wakes or funeral events. I don't really know. And that is how she spent her morning. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get her onto the show to do kind of an interview about it. But who knows when I'm going to see her, because she's out at the beach much of the time. She's really enjoying having access to the Pacific waterfront, which is, of course, one of the truly great waterfronts. I mean, how many waterfronts are there, right, that are oceanic? There's only a few options, but the Pacific really is here absolutely amazing. So she is spending a lot of time there. So she came back, spent a little bit of time around the house. I did get to talk to her some. She then went out and did some walking later on, ended up hanging out in Central Park. That's why she didn't make it on the show. I went out to do the recording and couldn't find her. She had gone to Central Park and was hanging out with a family from the Czech Republic that she met there, and doing some art and trash cleanup project thing with them, collecting bottle caps, just getting some cute bits of the street here. And so she did that. And then we went on, it was dark, so she couldn't do the show. Then she went out to the beach after that, so I didn't see her the rest of the evening because I stayed at the house. But, so yeah, so she had a pretty interesting day. That was pretty wild. Now, I tried to go in the evening and get out of work at a reasonable time. And, all right, hold on, everybody wants to be on. All right. Hola. So I wanted to spend the evening hanging out with the kids, and I went in to play video games with them because, right, we got Genshin Impact working the other day, and I really want to spend time with them doing that, especially as I'm going to be gone for a few weeks. So we're trying to really get some time in together. And when I went to do that, the computer didn't work. It actually was working when I first fired it up, but then it died. So that really sucks. This is our video gaming machine. This is a beautiful house, by the way, right here that I'm walking past. You can kind of see in. It is a big, grand house in a completely different style than everything else here. It's still kind of colonial, but it's a bit different. I really never walk down here, so I've been down here, but it's been a while. I don't come down too often, and I really don't think I've recorded for you guys. That's the Ugo delivery, if you ever wonder. We mention it sometimes. That's what it looks like. They come in little purple motorcycle things and deliver your food. It's pretty fantastic. So yeah, so that really sucked. This is our video game machine, our big Steam machine that we bought. It's a few years old, right? It's not brand new, but it's a really powerful machine. We made a big investment in it. We knew that it was what replaced the laptop that we had been using, with the laptop we bought when we were in Greece. So 2015, I'm sorry, just before we went to Greece. We bought it for going to Greece. So we bought it in 2015, right after we had been in Nicaragua 7 years ago. So 2015, we were in Nicaragua. We went from Nicaragua to living in Galveston briefly. While in Galveston, we bought it. Then from Galveston, we moved to Greece. Greece is the first place that we really used it. So 7 years old, very, very old for a laptop. And we then replaced that, a gaming laptop especially, we replaced that several years ago with this Dell gaming desktop. And it's huge, but it works really well. It's been really a good thing all along. And we're very happy with it, but now it doesn't turn on, and we did all the effort of bringing it down here and paying for it to go through customs and all those kinds of things. So that's definitely not something we want to be not working. Now I'm hoping I can take it apart and work on it or whatever, but it could be bad. So that is kind of a depressing evening, and we did not get to play Genshin Impact or anything else. And of course, we just started this video game channel, and that's the machine that records the games. Yeah, so that's going to make for kind of a generally rough day all around. But that was pretty much our day. We had a lot going on out at the beach today from a business perspective. Had a big meeting, all kinds of changes going on out there. And not stuff we're putting on the video yet, but everything's fine, right? It's just we're huge changes, and had a meeting with the team today. Now, from a video perspective, I have started, so I use Final Cut Pro most of the time. I won't be while I'm traveling in the Northern Triangle because I don't have a Mac to take with me. So my videos are going to change pretty dramatically while I'm there because I'll be using Shotcut on my laptop, and I've got to edit just really fast. So things are going to be different, sorry. But normally, today, and most days, I do all my editing on Final Cut Pro, which I like quite a lot. Very happy with it. And they just added, like a few weeks ago, this latest update, which I think is 10.6.3. And I think they actually added this in 10.6.2. They have this new feature called voice isolation. By the way, this is a really cool classic house I'm coming past. And this one is like a garden oasis. Like, check this out. I don't know how much you can see. We're gonna kind of get a feel here. This is where it kind of turns into this house. So like secluded under these trees. It's beautiful. And then this place, I'm just gonna let you guys see as I walk. I love it. This is Sutiava, just to remind you. I'm well into kind of south central Sutiava, several blocks south along. And we'll turn and get this one too. Much more normal over there, but it's a cute little area. So voice isolation is a new feature of, actually, let's head down this way. I don't know where we're going. Now we're on an adventure. I don't know which street this is. It might be 11, not sure. Voice isolation is a really hot new feature. It's the biggest feature in recent times for Final Cut for audio. And what it lets me do is just click it and get rid of a whole bunch of the background noise. Not everything, of course, but it works. It does a lot of AI to actually pull my voice out of the audio stream, which is important for a vlog because so much of the time it's just background noise. It's very hard to hear what I'm trying to say, even for me. And Yeah, it makes it way better. I've tested it on a number of videos, and I have to play around with it some to get it the way that I really want, but it really does work. I've watched several YouTubers and Final Cut Pro experts who are talking about it, and they're just like, yeah, this is the hottest thing. You've got to be using it, because if you're doing voiceover, like, it really makes a difference. And it lets you, one of the things it lets me do is record in my office. It takes the echo away. Like, it's impressive stuff. And so they've had things like this in the past, and it always ends up, and mostly you're using like an equalizer or something, and you end up with this kind of like effect that's not very good. Hola! This is a neat area with all the houses really raised up high. And the statue there. Oh, check this out. Heck yeah. I'm gonna go across the street so we can really get a shot. This is just a big cement wall that I'm walking up to, so you can really get this. This is a cool spot right there. Beautiful house, and the girls on the wall still waving. All right, so yeah, everyone's saying it's really good, and I'm really glad that it makes it so all these times when I'm out walking and I'm like, now I've got the lavalier, man, is that making a difference. And combine that with the audio isolation, it's good. I'm very, very happy with it. This is an ad. I'm about to swing around and show you. This is for our local Leon radio station. Ready? How cute is that ad? So much better than billboards in America, right? All right, here we go. Heading down into the barrio. This is fun. I'm just exploring, taking you guys with me. Yeah, this is what we do. This is the way to do it. All right, so that is my Thursday. I'm now in the countdown to the trip to Guatemala, and looking forward to that. So I will see. Ooh, check out this gym. Kind of cool, Iron Fitness gym. Oh, wait. Okay, so we got this building down here. I'm suspicious that I'm about to walk past the garden place where Yvonne gets all the flowers for the hotel. Because she's got this semi-secret place, and it's kind of down here somewhere. All of this is really interesting. So I'm in what should be, in theory, a pretty poor area, but it doesn't feel that way at all. So this is Sutiava, right? So this is the other quote-unquote city, kind of like Leon. Now check out the size of this house. It's really big. And everything, all the architecture down here is so interesting. We're clearly farther outside the city to where you get like more open space with the houses. Like the actual land around the houses is bigger, and it's totally different feel than other parts of the city, which is really, really cool. And like the look of everything is so different. I need to spin you guys around, because like cool houses hidden behind walls. Like this is Sutiava is such an interesting barrio. And this doggy, are you barking at me? Oh. You just never know what you're gonna find down here. Thanks for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe, share on social media, ask your questions below, comment, like this is a community now. We got people, we're talking to each other. Get down there and share your experiences or ask your questions, make your plans for travel. And if you did watch my other short, Nicaragua has dropped, I'm gonna mention this on several videos, so brace yourself. Nicaragua has dropped the COVID testing requirement, yes, for those who are vaccinated, for coming into the country. So we now mirror Costa Rica, the United States, and other countries in the region. This is a big deal because tourism has been essentially stopped because the cost of getting into the country is so high, about $150 roughly per person. That's a big deal when you're talking about a place that a lot of people decide typically to go to because it's a low-cost travel destination. When you have that travel requirement, not only does it mean I'm gonna go this way, it looks really cool. Hola. I'm gonna look at this street. Look how cool this is. We're gonna point you forward because this tends to be a low-cost travel destination, right? Adding $150 per person cost to come into the country really changes the economics of people who are going to visit. That's a big deal. Now, when you do COVID testing, you have the risk that it's going to come out positive. And then, just like we had happen, ours was not because it was positive, ours was because the test had some filing problem, but we got stuck in Miami and lost thousands of dollars paying for hotels and additional testing. This is like ruins over here. It's pretty cool. And then over here, like there's just everything's so interesting in this barrio. Sorry guys, I'm just loving where we're going here. This is cool. I need to walk around down here more. My gosh, I keep going northeast, I keep going southwest, or southeast, but apparently it is the southwest I need to be exploring a lot more with you guys. All right, and this dog, so cute. So you have this risk of huge amounts of financial hit from having a COVID test go awry, whether it's just paperwork or the actual test coming out positive or whatever. So this starts adding up. And because of those things, the airlines flying into Nicaragua, because it's already a low volume destination, by and large canceled all of their flights. Oh, we got puppies. And because all the flights were canceled, the ones that remain are very, very expensive. And mostly people are flying into other countries, and while that works fairly well, we fly into Liberia right now, Costa Rica. It is much more costly because you have to fly into that location and then you have to get to this location, and all of that adds up over time with each little piece. So it's an extra taxi drive, it's an extra hotel night, whatever. And so when you're talking about when under good conditions, under perfect conditions, historically, we used to say, oh, from Texas, we can hop a plane out of Dallas, and in 3 hours, we can be in Nicaragua for $135, right? That was how it used to be. And now that same conversation is, well, I need to drive to Houston because they're the only place that has a flight. It's going to go to Liberia. So now I have a very expensive transfer down to Houston, reasonably similar, but about $200 flight to Costa Rica. Then I have a $90 taxi to the border. Then I'm not in the middle of Nicaragua like I would be normally. I am way off at the southern border, and now I have to get to all the places in Nicaragua where I wanted to go. And when you start putting that all together, suddenly that really quick and easy 3 hours, $135 trip has turned into a 2-day, literally 48 hours, $500 trip. And while that's still reasonably affordable for many people, it's a completely different economic factor than it has been traditionally, and 4 times the cost, 10 times the time, the effort, and it means you can't just fly down for a quick weekend. Just you put it all together, people are not traveling here. So that the COVID requirement is now dropped for vaccinated people, that means that people can come in easily. That risk is gone. The speed at which you can come in is far faster. And now there's a very real possibility that the airlines are going to begin flying here again soon. That will be the biggest thing, right? Until they do that, it's still going to be a pretty minimal effect. For us, it's a big deal. But for the airlines, for us, it's a big deal without the airlines. Once the airlines come in, the tourists are just gonna flood in because we've been cut off for so long. People are really looking forward to getting back here. You guys on this channel are perfect examples that we talk all the time about how nice it would be to come here. How do you get there, right? How do you overcome all of the challenges of getting to Nicaragua? Well, that's gonna be solved. So, wow, are we excited about this news, and that is why, thanks for joining me. I will see all of you tomorrow.